Welcome to Into the Mystic Ash. Welcome to Into the Mystic Ash. And so, a little understanding with the major arcana. When you get to temperance energy, which is number 14, this is when you're really transforming within, right? You're making some major adjustments and you're balancing out your energy. That right there triggers devil energy to come into play, because now you're an energetic threat. Okay, so that's why the devil has popped out here as the first card. Then we've got 3 of Cups, so this is coming through other people, right? So have you ever noticed, I mean, maybe you don't, but sometimes when you are, well, this happens a lot of the times, when you're elevating and you're climbing the ladder spiritually or energetically, that's when people start pulling on your ankles to try and keep you where you were at before. And this can come in the form of people encouraging addictive behaviors or obsessive behaviors or negative thinking or fearful actions, right? So this is kind of like a notice, if you will, that you know you're on the right path and you know you're making some huge strides and you're making huge differences when you start to find this energy coming for you. It can also come in the form of suppression or abuse or gossip. And the thing to remember is devil energy, even though it may feel very physically real, it is mostly just a tool of the mind. It's an illusion that there is a fence around you and it's closing in. But reality states that you are more than welcome to open the gate at any time. It is not locked. You can hop over it, you can open it up, you can go. Hey, Luella. I'm lucky to see you 2 days in a row, too. um, so there's an important message to keep in mind, that when you start feeling really good, and sometimes you want to share that news and you want to say, hey, guess this amazing thing just happened. Now, in a healthy society where humanity means something, that would be normal. You tell people your good news and they'll be excited for you and they want to support you. However, we live in a very unhealthy society, and it's kind of a crabs in a barrel, crabs in a bucket mentality, where one crab starts climbing and the other crabs start pulling him back down. So there's a reason why a lot of spiritual teachers ask you to keep positive, progressive things to yourself. And it's not because it's some sort of punishment, it's actually a protection, you know? The devil can't destroy what it doesn't know is there. So if you've got people around you, and even if they profess that they're excited and they love you, what people say and what they do behind the scenes does not always align, and I've learned that the hard way in my family, friendship groups, a lot of my family, relationships, and fear and jealousy are a hell of a drug. They're especially the combination of the two, it's a hell of a drug. And jealousy can lead people to try to destroy that which they desire, which is counterintuitive and counterproductive. You would think they'd want to support you and grow and learn from you and do it on their own as well, but that's not the case a lot of the times. Are there exceptions to that rule? Of course there are. But when you're building, that's the time to kind of keep your cards close to your chest. Wait until your palace in your soul is built. Wait until you fortified your energy. Wait until you have your protections up and you've got your safety nets in place, so that if the gossip and the slander or any of this stuff starts coming at you, you have a way to protect yourself from it and distance yourself from it. The devil card, a lot of people view it as this like horrendous thing in the tarot, but if you understand that tarot is opportunity presenting, it presents opportunities, it presents information that can help you make better decisions. So if you're on cloud 9 because you just got maybe the boss said, hey, I'm thinking about giving you a promotion, and what do you think about doing this extra work, and what do you think about moving to this place? That is not the time to tell everybody that you've got the opportunity, especially if it's not even in writing yet. It's not the time. So by you getting this card, the devil card, it's nearly almost it's a warning sign to protect you. Like, hey, there's a possibility that this is coming for you now. So you should safeguard yourself and protect your blessings. Now, I know people have arguments about whether or not it's semantics, whether or not you can use the word blessing and whether it means what you think it means, but it's called spelling, right? Because every word you say, think, write, it's a spell. You're manifesting, right? You choose how you're manifesting. Are you going to use your tool for positive healing growth, or are you going to use your tools for destructive, fear-based actions? So I choose to use my words for healing and growth. Now, if you decide that a word is destructive and detrimental to you, well, then that poisons your own manifestation. For example, when I start cursing and it irritates people, and then they start telling me you just shouldn't be cursing, and then they block me and they unsubscribe and all this, that's because they have tainted what I'm saying with a negative brush. It's like there's how you choose to use your tools is on you. And if you think that your tools are bad, then they're going to be bad. If you choose to use a hammer to hit somebody over the head with it, and I choose to use my hammer to put up beautiful pictures and paintings and build houses or whatever, I don't have a problem with hammers. I don't view them as weapons. But if you're using them as weapons, then yeah, it's a weapon to you. And that's something that you have to come to terms with, right? So I'll use the word blessing, and I'll use the word fuck, and I'll use whatever fucking word I want to use because I use them to build and to heal. And if they are destroying, hopefully they're uncomfortable enough to help change certain things that are going on. Sometimes when you use pleasantries, it doesn't have the same effect as if you said, "Get out of your fucking head," as opposed to, "Maybe you should stop worrying about that." It's like different effect, same message. Some people respond to the one and some people respond to the other, and it's up to you how you receive and how you utilize your messages, right? And how you utilize the words. Now, this looks like it's word-based, thought-based attacks, right? Now, I don't know how long, whoever's viewing, how long you've been following and watching, but I occasionally, and for a while there, I was getting a lot of them, but it's very rare these days, which it doesn't matter to me either way. But I used to get heavily trolled. And I viewed it as a blessing. I viewed it as an opportunity. It was uncomfortable change for me, everybody in the collective, but also the person who was doing it. It was providing different perspectives. And I think that is only as powerful as you allow it to be. Somebody attacks your physical appearance, or they attack what you're saying, or they attack this or that. Those are the things that they are insecure about. They view those things as weapons instead of as healing tools. And that's a them problem. So when you start getting attacked, and this looks like a group of people having conversations, especially there's one ringleader, and they're using conversation and they're using words to try to tear you down when you're about to elevate up and out of whatever level you're at. And they're trying to hold you down and keep you where you're at, because once you're gone, you're gone. They can't pull you back down. So they got to throw everything they've got at you while they still can. And if you can understand that, when somebody comes at you and starts screaming things at you, or making accusations, or throwing shit at your face, or, trying to disparage your character, you're able to, what's the reader that I was listening to? Bromwin's Tarot 111? I think. I know it's Bromwin's Tarot. She's British and she's delightful to listen to. But she made a very good point. And I watched the reading a couple times because of this message. And she said, and it's a quote from a spiritual leader, and I can't remember everything, but bear with me. Basically, it was saying that when the storm comes, let it blow through your house. Like, just let it do its thing. And what that means is, the less resistance that you put into it, the less power that they have, right? If you just let it ride, they get bored, they move on, they have nothing to grip to. So if somebody's attacking your character and you just maintain your true nature, it's hard to say somebody is crazy or mean or this or that when you, on a daily basis, prove to be the opposite. They don't deserve that promotion. They're lazy. They show up late. They do this. They do that. There's no sense in arguing with it. You let them have their opinions and you keep pushing forward with how you do what you do. You show up when you show up. You do your work. You do everything that has attracted the positive attention in the first place. The moment you engage with the BS is the moment they've got you. And I've learned this the hard way multiple times in my life. And it's taken me nearly 40 years to figure out that when someone's coming at you, you don't have to explain yourself. You don't even have to respond. Right? I've had people come at me with all sorts of shit, and I'm like, that's not true, and here's the evidence. Evidence doesn't matter when somebody is in an emotional attack state. When they're jealous, when they're fearful, when they're angry or vindictive, it doesn't matter what you say. So Let the storm, I love when she said that. It's so true. Let the storm just kind of blow through and let it go. And that's kind of what it's saying here. It's like, yeah, the storm is coming. Be aware that it's coming. But it's almost like turn your back away from it, just turn away from it and maintain your emotional stability. For example, let's say you have to go to court for something, or you have to defend yourself in a specific way, and they try to goad you in front of others, trying to get you to act out of character. You responding in a reactive way is what's going to help them prove their case. So when somebody's attacking you or attacking your character and they're saying, oh, this and this and this, and you just remain silent, you give your yes or no's, and then you ask for evidence of this. It's like, okay, well, where's your evidence of this? Let's see what you're talking about. And you prove with steady patterns that whatever they're attacking you with has no basis in reality. And here's another thing. Maybe you used to be reactive. Maybe you used to, take things personally. Maybe all these things, maybe they were able to goat you and twist your words and get you upset and maybe they used to be able to do that. But the beautiful part about growing is that you're changing. Where a child throws a tantrum, an adult sits and thinks first before, well, hopefully, right? They sit and they think first before they respond. We grow. Oh, well, when you were 3, you threw your rattle out of the prom. It's like, yeah, I was 3. Okay. Am I still acting that way? No, I've made the changes. So you might have people coming at you with information that is dated and old and twisted and corrupted. And it's important not to take it personally, even though it is a personal attack. Because the moment you start to take it personal and you allow the obsession to creep into your soul and you start trying to possess the outcome, that's when they got you. That halts your elevation. That slows you down. That's what loses the promotion. That's what, Now, if you lose the promotion because somebody is listening to somebody else and they're not paying attention to the facts, well, you can't control that. And maybe that wasn't meant for you anyway. You're meant for something greater. What is for you will not pass you by. God's rejection is God's protection. But there is this new beginning that is for you. And you are going to be heavily assaulted because it's the end of a major cycle. It's a major cycle. It's huge. So you are going to get attacked. You're about to reach the finish line and they're going to start playing dirty. They're going to pull the spikes on the side of their car to try and get at your wheels. They're going to try and swerve in front of you and knock you off the track. They're going to try and play, chicken games with you on the road. They're going to try all sorts of devious things. Sometimes you just got to focus on your own game and make sure that you are your own competition. And just because they speed ahead doesn't mean that they're going to end the race the way they think they will. They might spin out. They might piss off the wrong driver and end up in a crash. And that has nothing to do with you. You don't need to participate in the fuck shit. Basically, that's the message here. Just don't participate in the fuck shit. Let it just blow over. Let them do their own nonsense. Let them do what they're going to do. Because there's always another race. There's always another competition, and the only competition you should be focused on is that with yourself, to improve yourself. Okay, well, I didn't make it. What do I need to do better for myself? How do I need to adjust my own vehicle? How do I need to adjust my own mindset? How do I need to adjust my own steering? It has nothing to do with the other person's nasty tactics. And the only thing that you should consider with somebody's nasty tactics is how to defend yourself. Right? You don't need to engage. It's like somebody reading a book. If you've ever had small children and you're trying to like clean, or a puppy even, and you're trying to read a book or you're trying to do your work and you're being like attacked, and they're jumping on you or biting you and you're like blocking them like you're doing kung fu moves while you're still reading, or you're still trying to do the dishes, or you're still trying to work and you're blocking. It's like, I'm not engaging because I'm focused on bettering myself and improving something. But I'm also not allowing you to bite me. I'm not allowing you to hurt me. I'm not allowing the behavior. Right? Now, if it's bad, if it's really bad, how bad is this? Let's see. It's bad enough to create confusion with your choice that's coming in. So you have a choice coming in, and your intuition, you know what your decision should be. And this devil energy basically is coming in to confuse you, distract you, attack you, create opposition strong enough to try and push you off the right path. If you know in your heart of hearts what direction you're supposed to be going in, then you need to make sure you have a plan to stick to that. Right? This is lovers. This is like ultimate balance, feminine, masculine energy. This is like a melding of opposites, nearly. This could also be true love. It could be a loving situation, a loving friendship, a beautiful balancing energy at work, right? In your social life, in your housing situation. Focus on the desire that you have that would improve your situation or your energy. And follow your intuition in terms of how to best get there. Because you're going to have nonsense coming at you, and you need to just play sticky hands, Sticky hands is like, get off me, and keep moving forward. It is going to be a deception that you will feel in your core. Maybe you find out somebody has been conniving or manipulative or two-faced. Somebody's been working behind your back negatively while they show to your face that they're good and kind and on your side. And it will hurt. But don't let that pain pull you off your path. You need to move forward. You know within yourself you need to move forward. Oh, I don't think I can carry on. Yes, you can. That's the whole reason this attack is presenting itself when it is. Because you are there. All you have to do is turn the handle and the door is going to open for you. And they're trying to block you before you open. They're trying to confuse you. No, you don't want to go in that house. No, you don't want that blessing. No, you don't want to elevate your energy like that. because everybody knows you do, and that's where you're meant to be, and that's your blessing. It's kind of like somebody in an abusive relationship trying to talk you out of going to school and bettering yourself or getting a raise